Hey everybody, and welcome to Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I'm going to work on this dwarf jade. And it has a nice structure, but it needs to be trimmed. And we've got a little bit of growth right here, which is hiding the trunk. So immediately that comes off, and that just makes it look so much nicer. And then if we take this off here, and I believe that branch, well, it might not be dead, but now we can really see the trunk line nicely. Another interesting thing about this tree is it has a water chute. And let me cut right here and right here. So this guy right here, that guy right there. And a water chute typically happens after a heavy rain or a huge dose of water. And it's a branch or growth that just shoots straight up from an old branch. So we certainly don't want him either. This branch is pretty weak, but I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. And actually, I'm going to chop that even more. So then, starting from below, or from the base of the tree, just going to cut the foliage pad. This branch has pretty decent ramification, especially if I wire that there. It has nice ramification. This branch here is a little straight, but sometimes, is there a perfect bonsai? Maybe. Maybe when you draw one. This branch here has died completely, so it comes off. And this lower branch gets the same treatment as this guy. Then we have kind of a conflict here. Is this the apex here, like this? Or is this the apex here, like this? And this is actually kind of a short little water chute too. And I'm not sure. Both of these areas of growth are very similar in thickness, so either one could be the apex. However, regardless, that's coming off. And we have some other, well, no, I already cut that. Sometimes this stuff you cut just stays on the tree. And then our back branch, which is also kind of coming to the side, needs to be shortened. And the same. So what do? Do we have that as the apex? Or bring this up as the apex? I think this might make an interesting apex compared to this guy. So I think I'm just going to take this guy off and shorten him. And I left a little stub because that will die back, and now it looks like I need some wire to bring this guy up. And then actually bring something like that. So I'm going to go get some wire. I don't have any scrap wire that I like because I save all my wire that I take off of trees. So I'm using new wire. And typically when you're measuring how much wire you should use, you want to use about 1.5 times the branch. Although this stuff here gets very thin very quickly, and this wire will be too thick. So I'm really only going to wire this portion with this thicker wire, and then wire the top with thinner wire, because this wire will become much more difficult to manipulate around these small branches. So I really only need somewhere probably about like that. So I'm going to cut that. And then bring it around. And that was still a little bit too long. And then let's bring this guy up. Like that. How does that look? Much better. Then we need to wire some of this stuff down, some of this stuff down. So that's going to take much thinner wire. So, and when you're wiring a branch, you can also wire two branches at the same time. So, this one needs to come down for sure. Now you may be saying, well, now there's a giant gap right here. But it will fill in. This branch will fill in, and this branch will fill in. And I think using this as the apex is actually going to make the tree a little nicer. So, put the wire around here. Wire that branch down. And then bring it around here. Bring that guy down like that. And then all of this also needs to be shortened. To really create a nice full head. This branch here is very important to really fill in there, and it's a little weak now because, well, if you remember when we started, it was sort of pointing down. Downward branches don't receive a lot of energy from the tree because trees want to grow up. So I'm going to leave him for now and let him develop, and then we can cut him back and put him into place. But already it's looking pretty good. And remember, my philosophy on bonsai is that it's a process, not an event. You don't make a bonsai. You develop a bonsai over time. So the fact that I've chosen to change the apex and bring it up into here, and now I need to do some more development, is pretty typical when you decide to make changes like that. And this over here is a little bit too heavy. So I'm going to do that. So that looks pretty good. I'm not going to repot right now. And then there's still some other growth in here that could use some wire too, but I think right now the structure is pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you subscribe, I will give notifications on this guy as he develops. And leave a comment if you'd like. And you may notice that if you're a subscriber, I changed my name from Bonsai by Alan to Woodcrest Bonsai on the 1st of May. Try to distinguish myself from the other Alan that also does bonsai. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.